y'all.
Hey.
Welcome to Cooking with Mo and Deb. It's been a little while.
It has been. It's so good to be back. I missed cooking with you.
Me too. I've missed you, Debbie. Oh. So it's the middle of July, and we got gardens coming in. We don't. I don't personally.
I have a little garden myself.
Okay, Debbie has a little garden herself, but I don't. But a lot of y'all probably do. So
I made a salad last night, and almost everything that went in it I had on hand, either that I grew or someone gave me. So it's all fresh.
Isn't that a good feeling?
Yes,
I just love that. When we used to have a garden back in the day, that was always just so satisfying, just to grow your own vegetables. But speaking of vegetables, tonight we're going to make a vegetable beef soup.
And it sounds so yummy. I can't wait to taste it.
It's really good, and it's really
simple.
easy. I found the recipe online. I don't know about you, Debbie, but I have always just tried to make what I feel like it should taste like, and a lot of times it'll be good, and then the next time I make it, it's not good. And I don't know what I'm doing different, but I'm just putting stuff in there.
I think that's a key, because I do that in some recipes. Yeah. I don't do the same thing every time.
I'm not consistent.
That's why recipes are pretty good.
That's why recipes are important. So I found this recipe and I tried it, and it was really good, and it's probably the best vegetable beef soup I have personally made.
Nice.
Now, I've probably tasted some different, maybe some granny somewhere that I've eaten their vegetable soup. Do you remember the Massengales off the mountain?
Yeah.
Okay, so Estelle Massengale made this vegetable soup one summer when I was a kid, and we all went over to their house to eat. And I promise you, I've never forgotten it. That's how good it was. And I was like 10.
That was some good soup.
But everything came out of the garden. Everything in it came out of the garden. So here's what we've got in the recipe. I have already browned a pound of ground beef, and this is lean ground beef. So I'm just going to put that on the stove there. And then we're just going to go ahead and add all the other ingredients to this ground beef. So Debbie,
first is a small chopped onion, diced onion.
Let me turn on my stove here.
So we've already diced it.
Okay,
chopped
small onion. It's probably a medium size, but I like onion, don't you?
I do too. We put onion in a lot of stuff.
Okay,
a teaspoon of garlic.
Teaspoon of garlic.
Salt and pepper to taste.
All right, I'll do that last.
Okay. 3.5 cups of beef broth.
Right here.
Put the beef broth.
Oh, yep, right here. I've already got it measured out, and I actually put a little bit more than that. So
you can use canned or boxed, whatever you have on hand, right?
Yeah. So actually, I was out of beef broth, so I made mine using bouillon powder. So there you go.
Bouillon and water. That works.
Bouillon and water.
A 15-ounce can of petite diced tomatoes, which I've already opened with the can opener.
All right.
There's the tomatoes.
I'm not going to drain them.
A 10-ounce can of tomato soup. Tomato soup.
I've never it's putting a word. I've never put tomato soup in my vegetable soup.
I've never
why
put
not,
that
right?
either.
I've never put it. But anyway, I'm just going to dump that in. Oh, Debbie, can you get me one of those spatulas over there?
I can.
One of those handy dandy Pampered Chef scrapers.
Here's one of my favorite ones. Fits down in every can.
Yeah, this is great. It does in mayonnaise jar or whatever.
Clean it all out.
And it will get every drop out of that can. See there? All right. Okay, what's next?
2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. I think Worcestershire Worcestershire. Woo-woo sauce, as my son says.
Woo-woo sauce. Worcestershire.
2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning.
Okay, and I'm using Flavor God Italian zest seasoning, but Pampered Chef has a great one that we use sometimes, Debbie.
I use it. That's all I have.
I think I'm out of it. Shame on me for running out. And then, but here's 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning.
16-ounce bag of frozen mixed vegetables.
From the grocery store. Yes, these are not fresh vegetables. However, if you have a garden, cut you up some carrots, some green beans. What else in there? Corn. I think there's
Looks
okra
like
in this
celery.
one. Yeah,
So,
celery.
actually, that's something I like to keep in the freezer anyway.
I do too.
Just for something like this. This is a quick vegetable soup. If you
That's
had
right.
all
Quick.
fresh, it's gonna have to cook a little longer.
Yeah, that's true.
The last ingredient is 2 medium potatoes. It says russet potatoes is a favorite to use. Already chopped, cubed. Yes.
Yep. So we always like a little extra potatoes in our soup, don't we? Than what comes in those little
I
bags.
love potatoes in mine. Yes.
Is that it, David?
And that's it.
Okay. So I have one extra ingredient that I would like to add.
Oh, I didn't know about an extra ingredient.
Yes, a magical extra ingredient. And it's really only because I really like fresh corn. And to me, corn in vegetable soup or vegetable beef soup, what we're making, is it's just really fun.
I think it is too. And you know, fresh corn at this time of year is amazing. I bought some the other day, and it was the yellow corn.
Yeah.
And it was so sweet and just really,
Well,
we
this
grilled
is-
it,
I
and
think
it was delicious.
This is the peaches and cream, I think.
That looks so pretty.
So Debbie is going to demonstrate.
Oh man, I didn't practice this beforehand.
Oh no. Maybe Debbie won't if I can't find it handy.
There it is. She found
Okay.
it.
I have organized my drawers.
I
didn't
can
know
see
if
it.
you
They
could
look
hear.
great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did organize my drawers. Okay.
So this is the kernel cutter, the Pampered Chef kernel
I'm going to
cutter.
show it to y'all if you can see this. All right, see, it's just this little gadget. You know, I love kitchen gadgets. But you just lay that up against your ear of corn and go down the ear of corn, and it scrapes all the kernels off. You want to practice?
I'm gonna cut the bottom of the corn also.
Okay, okay. I'm going to bring in the camera a little bit closer so you can see. what we're
Probably
doing.
should practice before.
No
Just-
practice.
You're just gonna lay this side, the cutting side, against your corn, and you're just gonna go straight down. And if you get real deep, you're gonna want to go over it a couple of times.
Yeah.
But the first time, don't go real deep.
Well,
Just
and
cut off
remember,
the
this is raw
kernels.
corn. This is
Yes.
not boiled corn.
That's
So
true.
now, if you had, like, for children, sometimes I would always trim if they didn't want to eat it off the cob, I would trim it off with a knife for
With a
them.
knife, yes.
This is so much easier.
But look how easy it comes off. And see,
Yes.
look, you've got the kernels. Whoops, sorry. We
Debbie.
need those kernels, don't we? But see, if you're canning corn,
Yeah.
this is so good. Now, what you're going to do, if you're canning especially, you're going to go back over it and go a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And get the rest of that corn, and even get the juice that's down in there.
Yes.
Oh, God,
And that
this
thing
is,
is like a life saver
So
if you're
quick.
canning corn or freezing corn.
yes, for sure. My kids, we used to, when they had braces, both of them had braces, and so we would always pull out the kernel cutter.
Yeah. It's great.
So yeah, there you go. I did pretty good there
You
without
have to
practice.
do with no practice. So I'm just going to add this little extra corn to it.
I don't want to stop,
I know, it's fun, isn't it?
Wish
It's
we had
really
more
fun.
corn.
Yeah, we do in the
Okay,
fridge.
we might have to do some more of that.
Well, this has already got some corn in it, so I'm just gonna stop with this one ear of corn. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all this, how pretty it looks. I can already smell it.
Looks yummy.
We're gonna have some good soup this week.
That's enough to last a couple of nights anyway, probably.
I don't know if I can-
Let me see. Maybe I can move the camera
Yeah.
over this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour it. Look at that.
Don't pour it out. We need every bite of it. Every
We're
bite
not
of
good
it.
videographers, y'all. Okay, there you go.
There, that's a good shot.
Yeah, so that is some pretty. And I promise y'all, it tastes even better than it looks.
How long does it cook, Mo?
So I'm gonna cook it for about, cause most everything's done but the corn and the potatoes and the onion, well, some of it's not done, but it doesn't take long. Usually about 25-30 minutes.
It says 30 minutes in the recipe.
So we'll do 30 minutes and then we'll do it, bring it to a boil, and then we'll cut it down to like maybe a low, medium or something, and just let it simmer for about 25-30 minutes.
And I guess you could leave it in the fridge like for the next day for probably a week.
My plan is, Debbie, that we're not going to eat this tonight for supper. I know I hate to disappoint you But
Try some of
we're
it.
gonna do something different tonight, right? So, but I'm gonna have this in. Yeah, you're gonna take some home for
Okay.
sure. But I'm gonna have it in the refrigerator, and we're gonna eat lunch this week. My husband has a broken foot, and he's working from home, and I'm back in the office, so he can't really get around too good, to fix his own lunch. So
So
he'll have
perfect.
some soup, bowls of soup
Mhm.
in the fridge. So he can just stick in the
Perfect.
microwave. So y'all try this. The recipe will be down in the comments. So what do you think?
I
It's
think
pretty easy.
it sounds so easy, and I've already
Yeah.
taken a picture of the recipe,
Yeah.
so I can have it at home to
It's
make
really
it home.
good. So
You're
y'all
gonna wanna
enjoy
try
it. Use your fresh vegetables. I'm sure it will taste even better.
For sure.
But I promise you, even using the frozen
Wait,
vegetables.
stop. Did you put salt and pepper in it?
Oh no,
That's very important, salt and pepper.
sorry. Salt and pepper to taste.
I just saw it
So,
sitting there, and I
I'm
just
gonna not
maybe
do too
remembered.
much salt. And y'all, we don't measure, do we?
I'm afraid
We're
we're
just
not
shaking it
measures in a lot of
We
things.
just shake, shake, shake.
So you do what the recipe says, but I actually think it just says the salt and pepper to
to
taste. Anyway.
taste, yeah. So however you like it.
Man, it smells so good. I wish you could
know,
smell
it
it.
already does.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it is pretty, isn't it?
You know what I mean?
So y'all make that.
Vegetable beef soup. Don't forget, check it out. Check out the recipe in the comments at Cooking with Mo and Deb.
See y'all later.
Bye.